Greetings and welcome to week 5 of the deep dive into 9 Chickweed Lane by the notoriously horny Brooke McEldowney. August 9th of 1993. My mother, says Mrs. Berber, my mother never sat down and talked to me about intimacy and love. She didn't say anything? Says young Etta. No. She just left a little pamphlet on my bed and then avoided me for the next 2 weeks. Doesn't it make you wonder if you're her real daughter? I must be. She wouldn't waste all that guilt on a stranger. Now, this does show a little bit about the awkwardness one might feel when approaching intimacy and love. Now, intimacy, of course, means sex. She never had the sex talk with her daughter, is what we're learning here. Mrs. Berber, never received the sex talk from Gran. And these sorts of, the Catholicism, the fact that Etta goes to a Catholic school, combined with this strip, is showing a bit of the, maybe repressed feelings that might fuel Brooke's horniness as the strip continues to develop and become impossibly horny. Let's move forward. All right. And here we have Etta walking with a comb and walking back very frustrated. I tried to comb Amos's hair, but it automatically remusses itself. Mrs. Berber looks around the corner. It's my default setting. Oh. Yep. This is stupid. I hate photographers. Quit crabbing, Etta. It's just a family shot. I don't know why I sit here and subject myself to this. Because you're the most wonderful, gorgeous, one-of-a-kind ever person I'll ever know, and I want to be in a portrait with you. That's why. Etta, confronted with the reality of the situation, hugs her mother, and her mother looks at peace, I'll say. Another strip ending with a big hug. You'll notice a lot of strips so far have ended with a big hug if you go back into our other deep dives in previous weeks. These people are broken. They have a hard time expressing emotion, and they just want to love and be loved, but don't seem to know how to do it correctly. And when they do get it out, it's always a struggle. There's a bit of constipation there. And it ends in a big, big hug. How can a woman stand a pregnancy? Says Etta to her mother as they look over swimsuits together. It's a wonderful time. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. But don't you resent me causing all those stretch marks? I thank you for a matchless experience. I thank you, and the one-piece bathing suit industry thanks you. So the joke here is, it's sweet. It's very sweet. The mother, despite all the wear and tear on her vessel, she loves her little Etta. And, doesn't want to show her disgusting stretch marks in public. Going forward, Amos and Etta are standing there. Amos is, stooped over. Why do girls always clutch their books to their chests? Amos asked. I assume you are prepared for a tale so gruesome that the men who hear it never again call their miserable lives normal. I assume you are prepared for a tale so gruesome that the men who hear it never again call their miserable lives normal. Amos is shook. And then she holds her books the way Amos was holding them there at her side, and Amos is now the one clutching the book to his chest. Role reversal. Now, this is our first color strip. And I gotta say, standard, very standard, but I do like the coloring. I do actually enjoy this. It's quaint. Etta is moving in a certain way. And then you can see she feels good about it for a moment. Then suddenly, not so good. Falling over, she asks her mother, "Was I sexy?" To which her mother replies, "Wildly." So yes, Etta was trying to appear sexy in her high-heeled shoes. Of course, high heels are notoriously difficult to walk in. They're as notoriously difficult to walk in as Brooke is notoriously horny. It's all relative, isn't it? So that is the end of the week there. We are August 15th of 1993. You can see, even in a few short weeks, how the horny levels are rising in this strip. And now this last panel may appear to be some sort of grooming ritual. I'm not going to make that accusation. But I think that one could. I think they'd have a fine argument to stand on if they were to do so. And maybe that's what you want to do. So thank you for joining me for yet another week in 9 Chickweed Lane. Be safe out there. So long.